Aloha kako, what is up everyone? My name is Hoku. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you've already subscribed. I mahalo you for even being here, taking time out of your day to come join me as I reconnect with self and spirit for another mindful mirror talk. Okay, so it seems like I haven't been in front of the camera in a minute, but in actuality it's only been a couple days. The last video that I uploaded, I kind of needed to take a little bit of time processing it, and there was actually a lot of stuff that I left out, a lot of footage. I even did more with the cards, but I didn't end up including that in the video, mainly for time's sake, but also because I just didn't want to delve too deep into the emotional aspect of what I was talking about, which is kind of hard. You know, I'm still kind of figuring out my channel, my content, and what I want to share, because I know it's not always the best to overshare, but I did create this space of Mindful Mirror Talk to be able to be myself in the most authentic way that I can, without being too aggressively open in a sense. But I don't know, I'm still learning how to balance and learning what works for me and for this channel, this space. So anyway, I guess because I didn't really do a lot of card reading or truth seeking in the last video, I figured I'd do a little bit more reading this video. So I'm gonna just start off with these woodland, what is this called? The Whispering Woods, I like to say guidance cards, just for a collective message and an opening to today's video. Okay, so we got one card that came out, and the message for today is risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. That's conjuring up lotus energy. Despite the murkiness, the darkness, the toxicity, despite the environment, and like last video we were talking about generational curses and traumas, despite all of that, you need to take the risk on yourself, on loving yourself and nurturing yourself to be able to grow to your fullest potential. So that's a good message to start with today. Also, we're going into what is today? Today's, as I'm filming, it's November 15th, and I believe the full moon is coming up. I do feel the fluctuations in my body. My feminine energy is white moon cycle, so I tend to ovulate during the full moon, so I'm definitely feeling the pull of ovulation. I believe full moon and partial lunar eclipses on the 19th. So that's also to keep in mind. But today's energy, we've got Aries, I believe. Aries today and tomorrow is the moon transit. So I kind of wanted to read a little bit, whatever I'm told to, out of this book about moon and Aries. See if I can find it. All right, so moon and Aries, cardinal sign. The moon does not find it easy to be placed in the active sign of Aries, and you will discover that a tranquil lifestyle is not to your taste, nor can you settle into mundane complacency and routine behavior patterns. You will prefer to launch yourself into the experience of life, following spontaneous impulses to action, which you hope will lead to exciting experiences and which give you the feeling of life coursing through your body. You will be ambitious, seeking out challenges in ways in which you can assert your own unique nature and individuality before other people. Your aim is to become number one, standing out from the crowd. So I'm feeling like today and tomorrow's energy, and obviously not just for the Aries sun sign, but this is just the energy of like almost like restlessness, impulse, rash decisions, enthusiasm to like just get out of the house, go do something, kind of get into a little bit of trouble, you know, what you getting into. Yeah, so this is just almost a restlessness to do something exciting and just feel alive, adventure out into the world. So this is not introverted energy. This is more extroverted. This is more like, what's going on in the world today, guys? What's up? What we doing today? Type of energy. I can definitely see that. This is confidence. This is confidence, but a little bit of recklessness, because you got to be careful how you channel this energy. in this Aries moon transit. You don't want to have this energy's intent stem from any place of boredom, anxiousness, anger, jealousy, like any of those emotions that can cause your actions to be more reckless and to reap consequences that you'll have to pay for later, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm getting from this. So you tend to react against well-intentioned advice from others, trusting in your own light, and even tending to act in a contrary manner as a form of self-assertion at times. I see that for sure. There are certain contradictory tendencies within you, and most of these related to a probable denial of the moon nature and a favoring of the Aries qualities. One example of this is the changeability of your moods, emotions, and feelings, and a lack of consistency on that level. I'm seeing that there needs to be balance. Like, you're kind of just doing the damn thing. You're just doing you and kind of just seeing where it goes. Again, we got the risk card, yeah? Learn to grow wherever you are planted, but be mindful and be cautious of the risks that you are taking with your decisions and your actions as well. You can be overly sensitive to the reactions of others, yet this does not dissuade you from your headlong course. It only irritates and slows your forward rushing movement for a few moments of self-doubt, which you then proceed to ignore, because entertaining such thoughts may open up an area of your nature, which is the lunar realm, that you prefer to forget. If really pushed, you try to dominate through self-assertion and fixed attitudes, and there may be occasional outbursts of temper if someone is effectively presenting a viable argument against your own decision. So you being motherfucking stubborn in this transit energy. So just be careful. Like I said, be mindful of where your energy is being channeled. This may be a time where you're kind of whoop whoop, I'm doing me. Yeah, just make sure you don't burn bridges along the way. You know, you're not burning bridges and causing too much chaos. A deeper integration into your individual foundations and physical reality is needed. Once the connection is established to the moon roots and a flow of fulfilling experiences is developed through relationships and self-nurturing, then the need for compulsive activity will diminish and give way to a state of balance. So you just gonna have to like get some shit out your system first, and hope that you're not doing too much damage along the way before there's a calm, before the water under the bridge gets calmer and you're able to restore balance. So that's very interesting. I just wanted to kind of touch on the energy for today, but I'm feeling the Gaia cards again because I just really like this deck. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the intentions. Yes, you can. Don't make a mess, and don't let Kai get it. Don't let Kai get to it, okay? You can have Taya help him if you want some. Wow. This one wanted to come out. It just fell out. This is the Ace of Fire. Look how intense that card is. Well, we got that Aries fire energy. We got the risks that we're taking. And now it's time to put them into action. This is the new beginnings, new plans, new jobs, newness, change, maybe a move, new behavior, new mindset. That flip too. Okay, I'm gonna leave it simple. 8 of Air reversed. And then, ooh, we got the stack of 3. So we have 4 of Earth. This is, I'm feeling cornerstone. No matter what you're going through, no matter what energy is bruising and cutting you up and scarring you, you are needed and necessary for the development of the foundation that you're building. The stone that the builder refused will always be the head cornerstone. Then we got union, coming together in balance and transformation, higher and lower selves. Maybe twin flame energy I'm seeing. And then we have 5 of Earth. So let's kind of look. I want to read from the book. Let's go ahead and... Okay, and I totally made a mistake because this does look like the 1 of Fire card, but it is 1 of Water. So again, we're in Scorpio season. Water energy, we have air energy, and we have a lot of earth right here. So water, air, and earth energy coming out. So the Ace of Water is talking about new emotions, first loves, infatuation, attraction, lust. Maybe you are feeling that full moon ovulation pull if you're feminine energy, or maybe as a guy you're kind of seeing somebody and being like, damn girl, who is you, who is she? This is talking about the beginning of a new love and those feelings of nervous excitement we experience at the start of a new relationship. It is that growing sense of attraction and infatuation that draws you in and dares you to throw common sense aside. Falling in love is both paradoxically thrilling and terrifying, as a flood of emotions picks you up and carries you away. Like they say, sweeps you off your feet, huh? The river could carry you gently or lead you to rapids, or worse, fling you over a waterfall. Be mindful of what the fuck kind of risk you guys are taking out there when it comes to love. Remember that the Ace of Water does not necessarily symbolize a romantic relationship. You are being asked to allow your desire, passion, or attraction to carry you along on its flow and trust that it will take you to where you need to be. Could be, starting a new hobby, starting a new job, starting a new creation of something, new life. I don't know, but it's filling you with that that hopeful enthusiasm of, oh, this could be great. This could be exactly what I need. But again, just be mindful of the risks that you're taking and the energy that you're putting into it, the intent that you're putting into it. Falling in love makes us lose our common sense and makes us lose our bearings at times. So remember to stay grounded as well. And that's flowing right into the 8 of Air. So let's see what that is. So the 8 of Air is usually talking about your ego, your truth, your power, the cause and effect energy, lessons learned. So this is learning, possibly learning from the risks and learning from the new relationship or the new passions or the new I want to say adventures, the new experiences that you're going through. This is showing us that mistakes can be made, so be cautious of that. So the potential blockage in this energy card. 8 of Air reversed signifies the need to question our memory of past conversations and situations, because our memories are not always accurate. In fact, unless we are blessed with perfect recall, our memories can be distorted and our recollections flawed. Memories fade and sometimes important details are forgotten. Don't get too trapped in your head. That enthusiasm that you're feeling and that newness that you're approaching or that you're experiencing now, you're going to be like, oh, this seems ideal because I remember feeling this way when I did X, Y, and Z. But it's saying be cautious of your memories, because sometimes you be creating a whole fictitious motherfucking world that doesn't exist, didn't exist, and could kind of slip you up on your journey forward. So flowing into this earth energy, what do we have here? We have the 4 of Earth. Again, I'm feeling like you're going through some trials and tribulations. You're needing to take time by yourself because you're building this foundation that's making you feel like you're carrying a heavy load, a heavy burden. Yeah, it's cutting you up. The job is definitely hard on you, but you are essential for the completion. At least that's what I'm getting. So 4 of Earth, let's just see what the book says. Stability, reliability, steady progress, endurance, yes, perseverance, commitment. So when this card appears, we're talking about a happy and rewarding outcome is close at hand. Remember, however, that the key to completing large or long-term projects is in making slow and steady progress. Not perfection. We're not talking about rushing through. We're talking about really taking your time, clearing out the illusions of your memory and your mind. Taking your time, slow and steady, so that you are able to complete your project. So this encourages us not to give up. This is just talking about looking forward and seeing that you only have a few things left to accomplish. So take heart, take a moment to rest and recharge, and then continue forward with the same level of dedication. Okay, so just reminders. The road's going to be a little rough. You're going to get discouraged by the illusions that you're holding. But abundance, reward, completion is upon you. Then we have union. Again, I'm thinking union, togetherness. Maybe we're bringing together this new love finally, this twin flame perhaps energy. Let's see. Bringing the completion of higher and lower self within. We're talking about union. We're talking about wholeness, marriage, unity, connection, integration, harmony, and alignment. Yes. So this is symbolizing unity and wholeness, representing our relationship with ourself and our relationship with the world around us. It represents the harmony that arises when we are in alignment within. Okay, who am I? What is my purpose? These are questions you need to ask. Yeah, why am I here? This is talking about the self-inquiry that we have to do in order to have that element of clarity before we can truly align ourselves with our higher purpose. It says, we come into the world innocent and pure, while in the womb our soul is still as one with the source of all, the void, the cosmic womb from which all came to be and all will return. Our soul remembers that connection. The soul remembers its unlimited potential. So don't fill your head with the illusions of what you think, you know, of things that you're making up, you know. Clear out the illusionary memories, because your soul remembers. Now it's time to really remember yourself back to source. This knowledge and all that we experienced before taking our first breath in this life resides within our unconscious mind, where it could motivate and guide us, if it were not for the fact that from birth we experience a life that is conflicting in every way. Those traumas, those experiences that shape us, those journeys through life that shape us, sometimes not in the best way. So this is about integration, yes. All is connected, as above, so below. The universe in which we dwell is multifaceted and whole. We, humanity, are multifaceted and whole, and we have a symbolic relationship with that whole. Be sensitive, be vulnerable, be strong, be compassionate, be kind, be creative, be active, be all, and be whole. That's what this card is saying. I like this card, yes. This is that earth energy. It's the connecting of heaven and earth, the as above, so below, the as within, so without. This is the integration, the commitment, the community aspect, collaborating and co-creating with the spiritual. Then we have the Five of Earth. Being cautious to easy answers, easy options, easy money, connivance, deception. When the Five of Earth card appears, awareness is of key importance. Something is not right. This is like a trickster card. I'm gonna need a little bit more clarity on this. This card symbolizes the devil inside, who encourages you to take the easy way out, to look for options that lead to instant gratification, instead of putting in the hard work that yields enduring success. Is this voice in your head and heart inspiring you to risk everything for the chance of a quick buck? So I'm feeling that I'm not going to delve too deep into it. It's just talking about listening to your inner voice, your intuition. Listen to spirit as it guides you to be aware of all that is around you and what is going on within you. Don't take the easy road. Don't take the cheap, the cheaper ways and methods of doing things and accomplishing things. You're going to go through that hard work, hard labor to build those foundations. But benefit, award, reward, and abundance is upon you. Don't forget that. Just make sure that we integrate, we communicate our higher and our lower selves with more love and more alignment. You see the chakra energy, the womb transformation. So I want to pull one more to... I just feel like it's not complete. Clarity and hope. Alrighty. So we have Two of Earth. Usually this is talking about balance. Yeah, look at this card. Usually this one is talking about balance, equilibrium, flexibility, adaptability. But it appeared in reverse. So here we're talking about the fact that our stresses, our anxieties, our doubts, self-sabotage, our memories, that Aries energy of just like making impulsive decisions and kind of reactionary decisions that may lead to kind of consequences that may not have favorable outcomes. That is interfering with our harmony, our balance. So let me see. It represents a need to take stock and to prioritize. It is time to decide what it is that is truly important to you and put all else aside. If you do not, you may lose the very things that matter the most to you. There's an unwillingness or inability to focus on what is truly important, and that will manifest in less than desirable outcomes, like I said. So just paying attention, focusing. I feel like when we were talking about the Aries moon transit, it's a little bit all over the place. It's a little bit reckless. It's a little bit irresponsible energy. And you're being thrown off course in a sense. And I said, don't, be careful not to be burning bridges and shit. Stop focusing on all that going on outside and all the temporary satisfactions. Because our goal is to flip this upside down and to regain balance and harmony, which is what was said. Once we kind of go through these trips and these stumbles, then balance will be restored. So I'm feeling like I need to, what am I going to pull from? I'm going to move into the mono, actually, yeah, I'm going to move into the mono card deck because I wanted to also read the moon energy for tonight's moon. And that is from a, how would I say it, Hawaiian perspective in a sense. It's the Hawaiian moon phase. Alright, so mono cards. Let's just close out the cards with one of these. I just want one card of clarity. So we got no paka. This card really wants to be seen because I shuffled earlier and I actually drew this card. And I had gotten interrupted so many times that I decided, you know what, let me just put it back in the deck, reshuffle, and do it again. And that's what you just saw. But this card popped out again. So here we are for the card of separation, of disconnection, of detachment. So let's go ahead and read it from the guidebook. So this card, Naupaka, it's a card about detachment. The Hawaiian chant associated with this, and e kalamayo for my olelo Hawai'i, it's not the best, so don't laugh too hard if you do olelo and come across this video. But the chant says, Ma helelua ho'okoa ho'oka'avale, meaning divide into two parts, separate by space, keep a distance. So near the seashore in Hawaii grows naupaka, a sturdy shrub with light green leaves and thick clusters of white berries. The white and purple blossoms that grow on this shrub look as if they have been cut in half. On the mountainside grows a similar shrub with dark berries and leaves that are of a different shape and shade of green from those of the naupaka near the seashore. This shrub also has blossoms that look like they have been cut in half. The naupaka is a theme of a number of Hawaiian chants and stories about the separation of lovers and the agonies of parting. One such story is the love story of Momi and Ikaika, who were soulmates. Momi and Ikaika wanted to be together always, and when they were not, each had the feeling that neither was complete without the other. Due to the jealous wrath of Pele, they eventually became separated. Ikaika was condemned to never leave the seashore, and Momi was banished to the mountainside, destined to never reunite. So with this card appearing, we're talking about what has happened or what is about to happen. This separation may be temporary or permanent. Maybe it's a separation from materialistic things, from mindsets, or from addictions, from behaviors I'm hearing. You may need to separate yourself from a certain way of approaching a relationship or situation. You may need to separate yourself from being attached to a particular outcome. One Hawaiian tradition says that if something fails after 3 attempts or 3 omens warning against a particular course of action, the effort is permanently abandoned. 3s. Naupaka indicates that you may need to detach yourself from an object, a relationship, or a behavior. It might also mean that something is about to be or needs to be completed. Yes. Okay. And for harmony to be restored, for balance to be restored. And in order for that to happen, you need to cut the ties, the cords, the connections, the contracts with whatever is weighing you down on one side more than the other, you know, in order to restore the equilibrium and the balance of life. So that's a reminder. We got a lot of cards in this truth seeking, that is reminding us that the risks involved and the energy present is gonna put us through a little bit of self-doubt, but that the goal is to focus on the restoration of balance and harmony, to cut the ties, to separate from that which weighs you down, that which forms illusions within your mind and your spirit, that is hindering you or slowing down the process of your progress and your abundance. So yeah, that Aries risk transition definitely has us thinking about a few things. But I want to close this out on a positive note. So I'm going to go ahead and draw from the African Goddess Rising Oracle and see what light can be shed on the inner god or goddess within. Okay. Closing out. I said the Naupaka was going to be the closing out, but I feel like I need to give a little bit more hope to y'all. So let's do that. Okay, just going to pull one card to keep it short. Cosmic power. Got that sun and that moon. That also reminds me of the union card that we pulled. And it also reminds me of the Naupaka. So this is about partnership. This is connectivity to higher and lower self, to twin flame energy, to your existing partnership, recalibrating the harmony within. Not falling for illusions, since we got this 8 of air. Not relying on those past memories that are creating false realities within. This is definitely taking a look at the partnerships that we hold with self, with spirit, and with our partners, with our closer connections of family and partnership. That's what I'm seeing. But anyway, this card is Mawalisa, cosmic energy. This is the goddess of cosmic power from the temple Threshold Guardians. Let's revisit what the Threshold Guardian energy is about. The Threshold Guardian is about protective and guiding guardian goddesses at the crossroads of your life. So we're at the crossroads. We are faced with a decision of what direction to take, what direction to go in. And this card, it says that the Threshold Guardians' energetic color frequency is iridescent gold, and they show up when you need to make vital choices. Choosing to cut ties, karmic contracts, and connections. So Maulisa is the force of mother, father, god, goddess. Mau is the moon, the divine feminine. And remember, we have the full moon coming up with a partial eclipse. And we are currently, as I'm filming, in Aries energy, where we are taking a lot of risks and making a lot of decisions and doing things impulsively. It says Lisa is the sun, Mau is the moon, the divine feminine. Lisa is the sun, the divine masculine. They came together during a fawn eclipse to create cosmic power. So there's a lot of strength, energy. So as we approach this full moon, we have a lot to consider in terms of our direction, of our unions. This is our unity. What we want to unify with and what we want to cut from our lives. So you are in the right place. Release the fear of your power. You are sacred. You are magic. Rise up into your magnificence. Love and accept yourself fully to unlock everything you seek. Your real power has nothing to do with external gains. It doesn't matter if you have the nice house, the nice car, the nice clothes, the nice looks, you know, the Instagram followers, the YouTube subscribers, whatever it is that you think is going to validate your accomplishments and your power. That is not your power. Cosmic power cannot be destroyed or lost. You were created by the same force that birthed the sun and the moon. And your power shines from within. So remember that as we go through these eclipse moments of separation. Remember that when you're gaining scars from holding and bearing the weight of your experiences and your troubles. You know, when you feel like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me and I'm in pain. I don't know if this is worth it. Yes, it is, because your abundance is only on the other side of that last brick that you're laying. So yes. I just wanted to finish off with quickly going over tonight's moon phase, which is Huna. The Huna moon phase. And this moon phase, even though we're in Aries energy right now, but this particular moon phase is good for love, matchmaking, here we go, union, betrothals, weddings, union, marriage, all of that. Betrothals, weddings, and root crops. So, Hela mai kaino ke ia maumea, meaning a good day for these things. Huna was a very favorable time for dealing with matters of the heart. In ancient Hawai'i, it was the day that couples also chose to profess their love, celebrate their aloha, and share lifelong commitments to each other. Huna was the traditional day when ho'opalau, or betrothal, promises were made and ceremonial ho'au, or weddings, were customarily performed. Kahuna considered Huna an ideal night for practicing their secret hana aloha, meaning love magic, making love potions and performing sacrificial rituals designed to influence the heart's desire. On the night of the Huna moon, early Hawaiian farmers cultivated plants that hide, such as kalo, meaning taro, uala, the sweet potato, uhi, meaning yam, pia, meaning arrowroot, ava, and other root-type crops. Huna was considered as one of the most auspicious days of the Hawaiian lunar calendar. All right. Also, it says, Hela mai ka'i ole no ke ia maumea, meaning not a good day for these things. Not a good day for visions, revelations, prophecy, gossip, or divulging secrets. During this lunar phase of the moon, engaging in idle gossip, divulging intimate secrets, and disclosing private or confidential information was considered to be culturally, socially, ethically, and spiritually offensive. So don't be motherfucking running your mouth and talking shit, okay? E huna oi I ka mea huna, mai ha'i, o lohea awanei heva kahi poe. Meaning conceal that which is secret. Do not tell, lest it be heard, and some people be offended. So that's a little bit of an insight on tonight's moon phase. We're going into, or we are in the Aries transit of this moon phase. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot of information I feel like was given. And it just needs to be sat with, processed, digested, breathed through, accepted, and released, you know, transmuted in a more positive way, so that we can continue to flow forward in our divine power, feminine and masculine power. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you guys have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm just going to leave it at an abundance of health, wellness, financial, spiritual, emotional, psychological, clarity, strength, compassion, guidance, and protection. Yeah. And yeah, again, I'll see you in my next video. Love, light, and always aloha.